Hello, everyone. This is Ann Perry. I'm Area Director with AFSP Michigan, back again with our third installment of our Wellness Wednesday series, where every Wednesday in May for Mental Health Awareness Month, we bring on a different community partner or statewide partner, someone else who's out there doing good in the mental health and suicide prevention world. So we're very excited today to have Kelly Kruse from the Wellness Warriors of Rochester with us. Welcome, Kelly.
Thank you, Ann. I really appreciate having the opportunity to chat with you today.
Why don't you tell everybody what Wellness Warriors is and kind of how you came to be? What's your origin story?
So Wellness Warriors of Rochester is a nonprofit organization that was started back in February of 2019. I live in the community of Rochester, Michigan, and in the year of 2018 to 2019, so from the fall of 2018 to the spring of, or actually February of 2019, we had lost five young people to suicide. And their ages were between like 12 to 16. And at the time, my children were 14 and 16. And I found myself having to have some conversations with them kind of surrounding, why someone would take their life at such a young age. And, I was really ill-equipped to kind of handle that kind of conversation. But I knew that myself, as well as a lot of our friends, were having these same conversations at home. And it was by the grace of God that myself, along with four other of my friends, decided that we wanted to get together to really kind of normalize some very heavy conversations surrounding suicide prevention, as well as mental health and mental wellness. And now that's what we did. And we're here today as a nonprofit group that basically promotes resources and education surrounding the mental health world.
I love it. And I mean, that's so much of what we do is normalizing that conversation around these topics, like you said. So we support anybody that's out there doing that work as well. So primarily this is done through the platform on Facebook, right?
It is on Facebook currently. That's our main social media platform that we do. Prior to COVID, we were participating in a lot of different events which we would hold. And it was more like a kind of like a Q&A with a variety of different type of people that would come in. And what I mean by that is we had people coming from maybe an ER nurse that would talk about what it looked like if your child was coming in for an intake with a mental health condition. And then it went from having people like Prepare You, which is an educational resource. And we had the founder of that coming in and chatting with us about it, to also having people share their personal stories and struggles of mental health with either depression or anxiety. And it just kind of snowballed into something much bigger and actually much greater than we could have ever imagined.
Yeah, we know Ryan from Prepare You, so that's another great program.
Yeah.
So you're primarily then working with parents to help educate them and where they can find resources. And I love that too, because I can't agree. I mean, I have four children of my own, and we try to, I don't just say that, everyone needs to normalize this. I practice that in my own home as well. Out of my four children, three of them are in therapy, and we talk about it no differently than, if they were to go to their pediatrician. And not every family thinks that way. So I think what you're doing is great. Like we said, going back to trying to normalize that conversation and also giving, using your page. So to give organizations such as AFSP a platform where you can share our resources. And that's fantastic because not everyone is going to find us, on their own at our page. So if they can reach us through you, that's wonderful as well. And I think that there wasn't a lot of collaboration amongst different organizations years back, and now we've seen that change, and I think that's so powerful. So you give everyone that space.
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, I feel like the amount of organizations and just special people that we have met through our work has been incredible. And to be able to put it all together on a platform where, someone may not be as comfortable speaking about, oh, my kid has suicidal thoughts, or my child is really suffering with an eating disorder, or, I'm struggling with some ADHD things. Like, we're kind of just putting all things together so that everyone would feel comfortable and be in a safe space to kind of explore some of those options that would be a right fit for their family.
I love it. So What is have you guys seen, you said you started in 19, and of course then we, rolled into a pandemic. Have you seen the initial, what you started off thinking the group would be? Has that evolved or changed in a way? Is your mission kind of different now, or?
Tremendously. Once we started, our original thought was that we were going to try to work with just strictly working with the youth. But the more we started researching and reaching out to people, the more we recognized that there were parents just like, my friends and I, that were really struggling with, like, how do you talk to someone about these heavy topics, and how do you get my child to feel okay about going to therapy? And so I think we've evolved from like keeping it into like this, working with strictly youth, to now opening it up to more as a community partnership, because there are so many resources readily available to us right here in our community that many people have no idea about. So to be able to kind of collaborate with people such as yourself, as well as some other people, and just put it all in one spot, I think has been kind of the newer avenue for us as of late.
And so one last question, maybe a couple more. Where do you see yourself kind of going in the future? Do you guys have future plans?
We do. I mean, if money was no object, I mean, I would love to have a behavioral health system where people felt like they could come here, not because they were in dire need of, a very serious mental health crisis, but hey, my child struggles with anxiety. Hey, like I said before, we have eating disorders. Things, there's such a huge gamut of what mental health is. And if we could like have a facility to do that and to bring all of our partners into that, to me, that would be like the best thing ever.
Well, I'm sure you guys will set your mind on something, an accomplishment. I've certainly, we value, you share our resources quite a bit and our different events, and you've supported our events. I know that you've tabled at the Oakland Rochester Macomb Walk. Hopefully folks can see you again there this year.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So we certainly thank you. We're fans of yours. And anybody that's out there, we're covering the whole state. So the more that we can work with, smaller groups who are hitting, certain communities and know what it's like, that, know the struggles that are going on in that particular community, that's what it's about. And I think all collectively, when we work together, is when we're going to see, the most change.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, Kelly, where can people find you then?
So we're on Facebook and we're under groups, and it's like facebook.com/groups/wellness. And then it's capital Warriors.Rochester. And I can send that over to you, that maybe you could also put it in a different platform so that it'd be easier.
We're going to add it. Yeah, we'll add it right into the comments below this video.
Perfect.
All right. Well, Kelly, thank you so much for joining us. It's been great to have you on, like I said, and everyone else, thank you for joining us too. We will be back next week with our final installment, that month went by really fast, of Wellness Warriors, where we will invite Jody Frey of Man Therapy Michigan. Thanks again.